What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In today's video, it's going to be a series of videos put together because this project did take a little bit longer than I expected. But today, I'm going to go over how to build this nice basic platform rack. Now, some of you might already be saying, well, that's just cheap, flimsy aluminum. How strong is it? Well, let's see. That's very good. In this video, like I said, we're going to go through everything that's needed, how I assembled it. I am adding, I will probably repeat myself 1,000 more times, I'm putting a solar panel on this where they'll slide out the front. I'm putting an awning on the side. Those will all be separate videos to show how I'm mounting those, because this video here is going to be long enough. This video pretty much took me quite a few weekends to get through. So I got a lot of footage for you. Sit back, enjoy, get a pen and paper, because like I said, I'm going to detail all the stuff you need to do this. Hope you enjoy. See you in the end. Okay, so the main base piece, I got it right here. This is from my order. This 3" by 1" by 1/8" 6063 angled aluminum. I bought one piece. Standard cut from the place is 16 foot. These pieces are going to be the uprights that the whole crossbar system will mount to. So let's get to cutting this thing. Okay, so what I want to do is really kind of quickly explain what's going on here. My brother's been doing this for years. He knows how to work metal, which is a great thing. I am not that experienced, but I am learning, so that's always a good thing. What we're doing is, by hitting the metal here, it is stretching all this out, which is giving us that bend so that the bottom touches flush with the roof of the Jeep. So by bending it here and here, we've got the back section looking good. We're just slowly bringing this front end down, and then we'll move down farther to make the front tip touch. It's a really good shot here. You see the back heads, they touch right in there, and then right in there you got a little gap right there, and then we're slowly forming this down to where that is going to touch, and then we just work it all the way down. It's a different day. Actually, it's a different couple of weeks. This project is the one that just keeps giving. So we did a lot of work out of my brothers on shaping the main support, which turned out really awesome. Just fits perfectly to the top of the Jeep. So what we're doing here now, we've taken the project back to my garage. We've got our support bars set up, marked out. On my level here, you can see right down here, I marked it at 56 inches. That's because I'm doing the 23-0 walkabout 56 rooftop tent. So this is the part of the project where if you're doing a rooftop tent or if you're just doing it for storage, these crossbars are going to be in different places. So I've kind of mapped it out where the end of the tent is going to be right here at the 56. It's going to come all the way back here. It's going to overhang the back just enough. You can see it there. Still got room for the tailgate to open up. Still got room to get underneath to get to the bolts to tighten it down. But right up here in the front, you can see we got these bars really close and these are more spread out. That's because here on the front, underneath here, I'm gonna have my slide out for the solar panel to charge the Jackery. And then up above, I've got these a lot closer because this will just be extra storage. If I have water jugs, fuel jugs, or an extra tent or whatever for ground camps, or just anything really, toolboxes, I can strap all that down up here and it should butt right up against the tent if it's got to come back farther. So that's why these are going to be closer together. I've got these 11 inches apart so they're nice and evenly spaced to kind of carry the weight of the tent. As you can see here, I got it marked out. That's how far down I got to trim down because these are going to recess down in here. Just move that one. Screwed it all up. And then down here towards the end, once I get these set, I won't have to cut it down as far to where all this will be nice and level. What's going on here? You can see I've already started dropping some of the pieces down. All I did was I marked my lines and then drilled little pilot holes over here in the corners, so when I cut down I can come in with another saw and cut across. And then I'm taking a nice file and just filing down the little edges till this thing drops in right where I need it to be. I'm still working on keeping all these perfectly level with each other. So this one's down. I got just a little bit more. I'm probably gonna take a little bit more out of here to bring this down a little bit so that this one touches, but they all seem to be doing pretty good. Like I said, the big thing is I'm doing this back part and all these crossbars because of the certain tent that I'm buying. So if you're buying the same tent, all these measurements will work for you. If you're not buying the same tent, I would get the measurements of the tent and how it mounts and then adjust your crossbars where you need them to be. But basically, it's pretty universal, so you can have these, you can have more bars, you can have less bars, whatever you feel is necessary. Gotta finish cutting these. I got one more in the back, and then I gotta mirror this on the other side. And when I'm cutting those, I'll put the level going front to back and side to side so that my crossbars are nice and flat and sturdy. So I'm gonna get back to work. Catch you in a minute. All right, we are back again. Time to get this thing welded up. I've got everything cleaned up, ready to go. Still very level. What I got going on down here, I just got some bricks. I needed some weight to keep this thing from walking around with the heat when I'm welding it. So I got this side set, got some weight on the other side to keep from pulling out. But I'm gonna tack each one in place moving down, making sure everything stays nice and level. And then once everything's tacked, we'll go ahead and buzz it all in. Okay, so I came inside because it's nice and air conditioned. I can kind of go over this. I've got the invoice here on where I bought the aluminum. I bought one piece of 16 foot, 3-inch by 1-inch by 1/8 inch thick angle aluminum. And I also bought two pieces of 1-inch square tubing. That's an 1/8 inch wall. And those come in 253-inch cuts. That's just standard cut from the steel shop that I bought it from. So the total price for those two items was right around $210. Now I know if you want to add more stuff to this, it's going to cost you more. So basically the stuff that I'm adding to it is the solar panel. But what I did was I bought the same sliders that I used for my fridge in the other video. If you haven't seen that one, I'll put a little link somewhere up here at the top. So go check that video out. Everything we did was kind of within some pretty tight tolerances on things. I wanted to keep it fairly low profile, but high enough that it's going to be able to have everything up there. But that's just the video on, you know, your basic platform style roof rack that you can put on your Jeep Cherokee. It uses the existing mounting holes for your original roof rack if you have one. Like I said before, I wasn't really a huge fan of having the rack where it attaches to those little thin rain gutter guards that are on the top of the roof. I just didn't feel like putting that much weight up there on those was a really good idea, because I mean, I don't want them to break or bend or whatever. And by using the factory holes, it's nice. It gets the original roof rack off of there, puts this one on. It's a lot stronger. So I mean, yeah, for, you know, between $200 and $300, depending on how much more aluminum you want to add to it. If you want to add more of the cross beams or less or whatever, I don't think it's a bad deal. I think it's a good little project. If you can TIG weld, it's been about 5 or 10 years since I've TIG welded aluminum, and just going out there practice a few times and going at it. Yeah, there's some good welds, and yeah, there's some not so good welds, but you know what? I did it here in my garage. It's a project I wanted to do. It is very functional. I'm happy with it. So I can't wait to get the other stuff on. So check out the other videos. Those will be coming. Like I said, I'm gonna do the Raptor coating on it so it's nice and painted up. And then I'm gonna do the side awning and then putting the tent on. So hope you guys like this video. Make sure you stick around for more. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. See ya.